Good morning, friends and fellow farmers. Alright, what is today? It's a nothing day. It's a drink our coffee day. It's our make sure that we don't have any bombs in our inventory day before we say hi to the children, accidentally cycle through inventory, next thing you know, hey Penny, I wonder if Maru and Dr. Harvey will ever get together. I'm sure Harvey likes her. I think Maru will have to make the first move though. I don't know if Maru wants to make the first move. I don't know. I guess, is that a proximity? Like, she works there, therefore, I guess. Alright, so we're at Gold Star here. That's going to be a good day when that one comes. What do we have here? Okay, a few things. Bowl is watered. That's a day I like. Let's go see what we have in here. We've got some stuff up. Hello. Oh, it's fall. That's interesting. The fiber goes into, looks like this. I don't think I've ever seen this. I mean, maybe. But anyway, that was a decent haul of fiber. Alright, let's get our goods here. Oh right, I put some blueberries in the pots because I was thinking of maybe getting rid of the blueberries in my field and shifting over to something else. My inventory is rather full. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. Let's see, what do I have here? Can I get rid of the mixed seeds? Let's get rid of that. Why do I have... Oh, I was mining. Oh, that's an interesting one. What do I have? Okay. One stone. I can forfeit one stone. We just can't get our pineapple, that's all. Which is conveniently up as well. Definitely a good haul here. So yeah, I've got to go make some more mayonnaise machines. That's the thing I got to get on. We'll go see. Earth crystals and what else? I don't even remember what those things take. I probably don't have what I need for them. But it was like 40 or something, I think, that I lost. I can only laugh whenever I do that. It's gonna happen when... The problem is I'm playing with gamepad, and the convenience of gamepad is I can just hold down the A button while I'm doing something, and then you just cycle through the inventory using your whatever it is, the triggers or the bumpers that you're using. I don't remember what am I using. Let's see. No. Probably the triggers. Anyway, as you're going through, yeah, it's just like if I accidentally have something stupid in my inventory, I'm going to create a giant mess. And that's inevitably what happened. It's not entirely surprising, I guess. Given that I've done it before, this is why I don't keep that stuff in my inventory. It's purely for that reason. Now, I'm going to keep one prismatic shard here. Yeah, and I'm just going to have to get in the habit now of selling like everything, basically every day. Because I really don't need most of the stuff here. Now let's see here. What do we... Mayonnaise machines. Wow, okay, so I need earth crystals. Huh. And I probably sold a pile of those, didn't I? That's the thing. Alright, I don't have any more kicking around here, so I'm going to have to go and get some earth crystals. That should be reasonably easy, I think. Maybe. Okay, so let's go get the rest of our stuff out of here. And then we will head over and drop this stuff all off. And hold up, do I have... Oh yeah, I've got more. Is this what I'm thinking it is? Fiber seeds, yes, okay. I don't know what I was making, but sure, I'll plant more of it just to make sure that was easy to do, so... Make sure that we're all taken care of. Alright, pineapples, come with me. Yeah, it's definitely nice growing stuff in here now that it mostly is self-maintaining. Okay. And you. Oh, it didn't quite. That fruit did not make it on the journey. Alright, let's bust out of here. Hopefully it's sunny on the island. Fingers crossed. Yeah, oh yeah, it's sunny. Let's take a look at our disaster over here. How are we looking? I'm curious what this whole scene is like. I swear, I don't know how the kid is getting through this. Doesn't look like I've lost any kegs yet, but who knows? I don't recall putting one there. Well, we'll see. Again, I don't remember which day he comes out. I don't know. We'll see. That's all I feel like with everything at this point. We'll see. Let's get down here and dump this load of thing. Okay, good. There's not much else. Oh, man. Oh, man. I did not expect there to be stuff up today. Really? Oh, right. Of course my inventory's full. Okay, let's dump all this, and then let's grab... I mean, I'll just grab 1,000 of these. How about that? Now, last time I was doing this, I definitely forgot to go in here, didn't I? I feel like there's a very good chance I did. And then we'll, let's go and get these dealt with. Yeah, good enough. Alright. Come on. Very good. And next up, this whole lot here. And yeah, I'm trying to think of what I've been reading or watching lately. And I watched a lot of stuff, but I don't know that much of it was good. I don't care for horror movies at all. But I did watch some bad 80s movies. I watched the remake of The Cat People, the Paul Schrader version. I think the old Val Lewton one is better. That's just me. I feel like it just is a more fun film. Natasha Kinski's fine. Everything was good, you know, in some regards, but it's just whatever. And what was the other one? The Keep with, is it Gabrielle Byrne? And Ian McKellar? No, not Ian McKellar, Canadian actor. Ian, what's his name? British actor. Anyway, one of those movies that you're just like, it got butchered, it got taken out of Michael Mann's hands and then turned into something that it wasn't very good. And it's one of those few movies where I thought, I would like to see a director's cut of this movie. It just became a disjointed mess, unfortunately. I think the main effects guy died or something during it, and then they tried to fix it. It just turned into a disaster. But anyway, it was interesting. It's interesting watching stuff from the 80s now, because I when I was a kid, that stuff would have terrified me. And now that I'm older, it looks bad and aged, and I can watch, I realize, horror movies that have that patina of age because they lose their realism. They now seem ridiculous. Another one we were thinking, it was interesting recently, I don't know, I was reading something or something, talking about the Blair Witch Project. And I watched the Blair Witch Project when it came out in the theater, and I do remember that the final scene in that movie someone was talking about how it's like the most terrifying scene probably in most horror movies, and I have to agree. I remember it was a really unnerving conclusion in that show. In fact, my wife and I were so creeped out. We stayed and watched. I think we ended up watching Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut, which then is not a short movie. Afterward, simply to we couldn't. I think it was the only thing playing, and we didn't want to walk home because we were both just feeling so unnerved. Even though there's a kind of ridiculousness to it, but at the time there was nothing like that, and so it had a kind of creepiness. And it was already late, and then we were just like, oh. Then we stayed and watched that, and that was like 1,000,000 hours. That was a weird doubleheader. That was we're trying to remember what the movie was. I'm quite certain that's what it was, which makes sense based on what was out at the time. But in my head, that's what we saw. But I remember it being exceedingly long for a overtime movie. At any rate, that was a legitimately creepy film experience. I don't imagine that holds up very well now, but at the time, oh my goodness. But yeah, there's so many movies like that where when I, contextually they were creepy or whatever. When I was a kid and I saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I remember that was genuinely scary. Now I don't know that it would be. I wouldn't want to watch that again. There's a lot of movies when I was a kid that I didn't think were scary. Like I thought The Shining was amazing, but I didn't think it was scary. Well, I guess the room, whatever it is, 209 or whatever the weird room is, that scene was unnerving. And as a kid, I was like, what is this? It was kind of horrifying. Yeah, I guess it had some moments, but it didn't leave me scarred. Even films like The Exorcist didn't. I'm not a religious person, so I didn't find The Exorcist terrifying in the way that I think some people maybe do, because it doesn't have that meaning for me. But it was definitely weird. Yeah, I don't know. I think one of the first horror movies I saw was Nightmare on Elm Street, like the second one or something, at a birthday party. And that left me scarred for a while. And then I watched all the horror movies to get over it. But watching the remake of Cat People, but watching more recent ones. Although then again, I was thinking, that remake of the Cat People is as close to me now. It's like 40 years old now. As like, say, watching the Blair Witch Project in whatever it was, the 90s, early 2000s, whatever that was. That'd be like watching a movie from the 60s. So it is very weird watching things now and having that, what 40 years means. It's not recent in any way, shape, or form. It is an odd thing. Okay, so I will take this wine with me, or this bean with me here. Yeah, I'll take that as well. Alright. So yeah, we've got some stuff to sell. What time is it? 6:30? So I'm thinking let's jet on over to the... Right, I don't have... I keep thinking I have pineapple in this one. I'm trying to not do it simply just for difference, but like really I should be making better use of that space. Maybe I'll turn it into a keg space. Let's go see what's happening over here. Oh boy. Okay, let's I don't really need any of this stuff, but I do need to get over to the other area, but I may as well grab, I don't know. I feel like it's always kind of nice grabbing this stuff. You just get such a weird amount of things. Okay, pineapple. Like the amount of geodes you get is bananas. I guess the bones are good. Okay, and I don't know... 8 o'clock? Yeah, we got time, I think, to do... If I have to do the laneway. We'll see here. It's also funny seeing somebody left a comment on an early video. And completely forgetting that we had chosen, like, the monster spawning on the farm. It's like, wow, that is weird seeing that now. Because that felt like a billion years ago. I guess it kind of was. But it's, yeah, I forgot that we had that in that set in that early one. That was a weird thing. Okay, so I've got to go back up and hack this tree down. There we go. Alright, so I got some of the... I don't even know how I did this. Got some, but not others. Alright, and then we've got this dilemma here of stuff's come in, but waiting for the kid to come in. That tree is growing out that other tree. I wonder how the tree feels about that. Like, I'm not the most fond of it. Alright, let's have another cup of coffee. There we are. Yeah, okay. I know one movie I watched recently. I'm not a huge Orson Welles fan. I don't know why. I kind of like Orson Welles as a ridiculous person. I think he's kind of fascinating in a way. Like he's not somebody I have like that, you know, adulation for or whatever. I don't think Orson Welles is a genius or whatever. But then, you know, I'll watch like some, you know, bits and pieces of some of his movies, and I see moments where I'm like, especially as I get older and I've rewatched or seen more movies, like watching A Touch of Evil, and Charlton Heston and Janet Leigh, thinking of the connection to the Scream Queen. It's a really weird movie, which is, to me, it's a kind of an uneven movie a little bit, but so many amazing things. That the opening shot alone is just this big sweeping crane shot that turns into like a track, like it follows them along. It turns into so many things. It's just amazing. It's sitting and watching it from just like a technical point of view. You go, oh my goodness, what year is this movie? It's like way outside of its year. So things like that now I think I appreciate more. So I think I go, oh, okay, I like what he was doing technically, but I think it's so hard to get over him as a person. So one of the next things I'm going to read is a book of interviews with him, simply to kind of counter the feeling I have, because I don't like just having this knee-jerk aversion. I don't know why to him. It kind of, I'm just like, that's, I don't know that I'd say he deserves better. 956 bottles of wine, so that's what we're looking at now, which is pretty good, I'd say. That's not bad at all. But at any rate, I feel like, yeah, I owe Orson Welles better, I guess. I don't know. So I'm going to go on an Orson Welles kick. But I've seen a lot of Orson Welles movies, but I don't often, I don't know, I don't hold him in as my, like, favoritist director kind of thing. I don't think he's the you know, man, Citizen Kane, like, I've got to rewatch it. The last time I saw it, I was like, I don't know. But maybe seeing it now, it would be more masterful. Again, I do feel like there's a certain amount of context required to, like, knowing its position in other films to understand the reaction at the time and now, or the continued reaction, because often those top film spot things, or it's like, it was great and we're going to continue to call it great because the people who said it was great are still calling it great, and then they teach people who they tell it's great and then they think it's great. And sometimes this like idea of what is something being great is just a perpetuated thing that doesn't necessarily hold true anymore, that we have a hard time then reevaluating and going, you know what, maybe this isn't so good. I think we're getting better at doing that now as we reevaluate, you know, some of the classics, quote unquote, that are filled with like racist overtones and really not as good as we maybe thought they were. But I still think we have a hard time judging historical things. It's like, but people said it was great, therefore it must be still. I don't know. I know, Kitty, I agree. Alright, well that was a busy little day. We'll see what we make off this. This should be a good haul on the wine. Again, that 74 million will get that ticker flipped over at some point. I don't know. And from after that, you know, there's been a lot of questions of whether or not I'll go flip on some mods or something. That's a possibility. I don't know yet. I don't know entirely what I want to do with this series. It's so maximalist and so ridiculous that it would be fun to do some ridiculous things with it. I've just got to think more about it as we get closer, but we'll see how long that even takes. I really have no idea how long it's going to take. Anyway, we'll see you all next time. Till then, bye-bye.